Angella Okutoyi has broken the glass ceiling, having become the first ever Grand Slam winner from Kenya, besides claiming 2 singles and 4 doubles titles on the ITF circuit. She won a historic gold medal for Kenya at the 2023 African Games, a first for the country in 46 years. However, all this would not have been possible were it not for the tireless work of her grandmother, who raised her and her twin sister.
Angie's parents, I would say parent, because the mom is my sister, so they are called the same Angela. So I normally see my sister every time with her, because it's something very close to the family. Because when the mother of Angela was pregnant, sadly the father felt like, hey, this is not my thing. So he ran away. We have never seen him till today. So it has been a difficult part, especially that part of the question. So yeah.
She went to Pumwani just as normal checkup. That was 8 months and a half. She never came back. I went there, looked for her the whole day, mpaka 9. I never saw her. I went back home. The following day, I went back again to Pumwani. I looked for her everywhere, the hospital. The last minute, because at around 9 at night is when I met one of the matron, then told me, what are you looking for? I told her I'm looking for the girl called Angela. She was brought here, but I can't see her. Then she told me the girl who had the twins, she was transferred to Kenyatta. Then I said, how? That night I went to Kenyatta, I found my girl at ICU, and she had already died. That the machine was just pushing her up, but she had already died. But when you stick so much looking at her, they tell you to go out, they want to change her. So I went out. The following day I went there, never found her. She's gone. The kids, Pumwani, they never brought the kids. I started following the Angela and Rosie. I found them. I brought them back home.
Yeah, losing my mom, I would say it was tough, but I also don't feel like it affected me a lot. Well, it did, but not that much. Just the fact that maybe I didn't see her, I didn't feel the love or the connection. But it was hard, but I wouldn't say to that extreme. When I'm with my grandmother, sometimes I do talk about my mom, but she's the one who always brings her up, like, oh, your grandmother was like this, your mom was like this, she used to do this. And sometimes when we do something, she's like, oh, that's how your grandmother used to do. Your mom used to do, not grandmother, your mom used to do. So I would feel happy. And that's why I have the name Angela. That's my mom's name. So yeah, it feels nice.
We felt like our grandmother is like our mother. So it didn't affect us at all. Like, it affected us, but not that much, since our grandmother took care of us and everything. So we felt like our grandmother is like our parent.
Yes, I didn't grow up with my mom and my dad, but I would say my grandmother was all I needed. She stepped out to be a father, a mom, like all the above, and I'm just grateful for her, and grateful that she even took us from the orphanage, Rosie and I, and was willing to take care of us even when she had nothing. That really shows how much she loved us, and she still loves us. So family means a lot, and I cherish that a lot, because it's family. Like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it just means a lot.
Having struggled to raise the twins and even taken them to an orphanage before rescinding her decision 2 months later, Mary did not know they will both turn into great tennis players until she met a coach who encouraged her to allow them train with him.
When these girls were 4 years, they were just sitting, just not doing anything. But there's one coach called Coach Joe Karanja. Told me, why can't you just bring these twins here? They start learning, because at LCVR there's courts for tennis.
One of the days I was going to the tennis court, one of the coaches was like, you have some twins over there in the house. What are they doing? They're young. I'm like, they're young, so at least they reach 6-7 years at least. I thought that tennis you can't start coaching when you don't know how to talk. So the coach was like, anyway, okay, no problem. So I went to research actually the exact age to start. In the Europe guys, I saw a 3-year-old playing. I was like, okay, so I have no reason. I'm actually late.
I was introduced to tennis by my uncle and also Joe Karani, a coach who used to train kids in that school, Loreto Convent Valley Road. So yeah, those are the main two people who introduced me into tennis.
Me personally, what I used to do, I used to ask the coach like after the sessions with the kids in Loreto, like to if he can lend me one racket, like around 2 balls, and then shoes they were sharing with Rosie sometimes when one of their shoes is gone. So one starts playing with the 2 balls we have, or 5 around there. So we play with the balls. Rosie comes to play, challenging. Sometimes they get tired. The courts are the shoes now. The one shoe became a bit worn out. So it was a bit challenging for me to actually buy because I was still in school. Also, I was in high school. So it has been a tough journey. One of the coaches actually helped me to buy some shoes. So it was a blessing. Like I said earlier, it has been a long journey, but it's still a blessing for us as a family and everyone as a whole.
I didn't know it would be a good sport for me, but as I continued playing, I liked the sport. And also at the beginning, starting with my twin sister, it was actually nice. Playing with her, going every day, training with her, it was really nice.
At first it was like they're still young, they're not going to school, they're just at home. Let me just give them something to be doing on the weekend when they're not playing with mud or hurting themselves around the area after playing with the other kids also. So this is where we started with them going to Loreto. Saturdays, it was actually every day. After I've come from school, immediately in the evening, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, I've always gone with them to the tennis court. Not missed even a day. Saturday and Sunday also. So it was a full-time job.
The memory for me to remember Angela when she played at JD tennis. She was so small. I think she was 10. And she was playing someone with the 13 or 14. Then I went to referee and said, mumeweka Angela with a big girl. Then they told me, we know what we are doing. Angela, she's so strong. She won the match. I was so happy. I just wondered how she has the trophy in the house. We came carrying the trophy. We were so happy.
Usually when I see photos of me when I was young, I just remember that moment, but nothing specifically of how I was hitting the ball or anything like that. Just the way I was playing, like the shots and all that. A message I would tell my mom is, I wish you were here. That's one thing. And just for you to see how far we've come, and you would, if you were still alive, you would relive all this. And the fact that she left us so soon, but it was out of her control. And what else? I mean, it's tough to say something to someone who you haven't seen, but all in all is just wish you were here. Yeah.
Initially, it was tough for Angela's family to cope with her absence, having grown fond of her for all those years.
Angie was a very shy girl. I hope she won't finish me when she sees this. And we started up in Bujumbura, Burundi. Actually, how it happened, International Tennis Federation opened a center in Burundi. And with this center, the principal goal was to pick up players who've got good potential and then maximize the potential at the tennis center. So with Angela, we saw her from the zonals. There is a championships called zonals that is a regional event. So what happened after we see a player is we get them 1 month into the training program, and then if we are happy with the player, obviously we'll do some tests. If you're happy with the player used to stay back.
When I first learned about the opportunity of joining the ITF Center in Burundi, I was still young, I was 9 years old, and I feel like I was happy about it because everyone wanted to go to an ITF Center. Like, that was really huge for our region, and we all knew that the best go there. So when I was told, or when I got the news that they wanted me to go there, I was really happy, and my family was happy too, because that was probably a lifetime opportunity to be able to train with best players and just being able to have all the stuff I needed, like rackets, shoes, clothes, and just being able to have, let me call it like a personal coach. So that was something I liked about it. And yeah, and also flying for the first time. So yeah.
It was good but also sad because we had used to Angie, now she was going. Even when we took her to the airport, that is the first time we saw the Jomo Kenyatta. We had never even seen there. It was so sad because now we were wondering, Yani, you used to live with someone, now she's going.